Fantasy.
Boom.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Yeah.
Fantasy Jesus,
Boom.
I'm here to save this fantasy roster.
Boom.
Fantasy Jesus, it worked for The Rock and it's gonna work for me.
Yeah.
Boom.
TSS Fantasy.
Boom.
Yeah. TSS Fantasy.
Boom.
And you just got flandered.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
And you just got flandered.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
Yeah!
All right, almost in unison tonight. We are excited tonight. We're in the great states of Carolina. We're representing them both. Listen, I was stationed at Camp Lejeune in the Marine Corps. Obviously, I went to Parris Island, South Carolina, so I got all the Carolina blood in me. I'm excited. Got the military mind tonight. Let's welcome into the studio Justin Jesus Herrera.
Hey, Commissioner Cooper, it's good to be back. You should know that they are based completely out of Charlotte, and they wear the blue, the Tar Heel blue for a reason, because they love to rep North Carolina. I'm sure they love to rep South Carolina, too. The fans down there are loving it. But it's great to be back on TSS Fantasy. Had to miss a show, but God, I'm good. I'm good to go, and I'm ready to talk some Carolina Panthers. Is Christian McCaffrey your number one? We'll find out later.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to have a lengthy talk about Christian McCaffrey. We always seem to have it during the summer for sure. Welcome into the studio, Nick. You got Flandered Macaronis.
Hey, thank you. Great always to be back. You can find me at Nick. You got Flandered. No, you can't. I'm sorry. I don't even know my own damn Twitter handle. Holy crap. You can find me on Twitter at Penn Flanders. And you can find me here, and you can always find me on the Fantasy Baseball. And for Belly Up, you can also find us at tssfantasy.com. Check out our merchandise and all of our thoughts and what we got going on. We have a great writer on the show, and North Carolina.
All right, listen, bro. Listen,
Plugs are for later on, Nick.
Yeah, you need to write out your intro so that way you have a nice, smooth approach.
I fly by the seat of my pants. I'm good.
Yeah, we can tell. All right, don't forget, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You know why? We have a contest going on right now. You can win a signed Justin Jefferson jersey by our friends from Pristine Auction. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. You are automatically entered. We're going to pull that on July 4th. How cool is that? Well, in fact, on July 4th will be our Viking show. So you'll definitely want to check that out. We'll be pulling for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. So easy to do. TSSFantasy.com, as Nick alluded to earlier. We have the round table on there. That's exclusive articles from our boy Greg OJ, the Juices Loose Mayor, rankings by him as well. And we'll have some cool episodes and cool little games on there to be featured as well. Also, we're doing the show on your fantasy league as well. So you want to check that out. Take your fantasy league to the next level. That's always lots of fun. Make sure you check that out. Also, Underdog Fantasy. It's getting about that time, fellas. We're getting kind of close. Get in now. All right. Use the promo code TSS. We'll double that deposit up to $100. All kind of cool games we're going to have. We're going to include some Gatorland tickets. We're going to include a lot of fun stuff. So you want to make sure you get in now. Come on. It's early, but it's never too early to get in fantasy. Nick, you're on tonight. Why do we do that, sir?
I keep telling you, Jason, for two reasons. Number one, we can. And number two, the most important, because we are the fantasy show of the people.
The people.
The people, indeed. So get that subscribe button. Hey, Dr. Miller came with us here to Carolina. We got a house call, Panther style. Let's check it out.
Look, I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Spock, give me a hand.
All right, the guys in the truck messed me up on the intro. I can't believe it. Let's go playing. Let's go fire those guys. Welcome back, guys. We are in again on the summer vacation in the sunny state of Carolina. Wow, I don't know which one. North, south, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you which one. We're just going to keep you guessing. Welcome in, everyone. We're excited to be here. We're both Carolinas. Just to put them together. Welcome into the studio, Dr. Jeffrey Miller.
Hey, Commissioner, I'm looking forward to talking about a guy who's been my first pick and your first pick in the last couple of seasons.
Yes, indeed. Always a fun subject to talk about, Christian McCaffrey. Let's get right to it. And those that don't know, Doctor was my professor in school. He knows I like to make brash statements. Last year, I labeled Christian McCaffrey injury prone before the season even started. Dr. Miller cautioned me on that, but look what happened back on that injured list last year. Now, the question is, Doc, tell me, is he not injury prone? And of course, what's his percent to the bench?
Dare I say that the pupil has become the teacher? I love it. So, I think a lot of our listeners probably read Fantasy Pros, and they said when he's healthy, CMC's easily the best player in all of fantasy football. There's not a debate there, right? Guy is a superstar when he plays. And in order to get him on the field, the team made a few changes for this upcoming season. Number one, it's been announced CMC will not play in the preseason. So that's the first change. Number two, they're going to say fewer reps in practice. So these two things are intended to keep him on the field because in 2020, he played 3 games, 2021, 7. And I really want to believe the team's approach is going to help. But how do you responsibly say that a guy who's played in 10 games in 2 years is going to play the entire season? Let's learn from your mistake 2 years ago, my mistake last season. You can't responsibly draft him number one. But I want to ask, if you're in the later stages of the first round, you're in the early second round of a draft, can you really pass him up? If he goes to 10, 12, 14, can you say no? So CMC injury history right there is making me say 90% to the bench.
90% to the bench, Christian McCaffrey. Listen, like I said, they have added some beef in the backfield as well. So maybe a little bit less reps for Christian McCaffrey going forward also could be the plan. Might want to take that note as well. All right, Doc, let's go to someone who's got no injury history at all. Blasted on the scene last year, Mr. Moore in Carolina. I know it's probably not a lot, but I figured we could at least look into it. What would be his percent to the bench this year?
Yeah, so swinging the other direction from a guy who missed most of the last 2 seasons to DJ Moore, who didn't miss a single game last season, like you said. He's 10% to the bench, but as long as Sam Darnold's the projected starting quarterback, his ceiling is going to be limited, right? So not going to sit very much, but at the same time, not your wide receiver one.
Right. I mean, now, again, there's still some time left. Rumors of Baker Mayfield, and, I'm sure we'll get into that later on tonight. Also, they drafted a rookie, although not projected to take things over right away, at least. So for the foreseeable future, if I could spit that out, it looks like Sam Darnold's going to be your guy, like you said. Might be his blanket, his security blanket, so to speak, though. Somebody to throw to a lot, could still see a lot of targets this year because there wasn't a lot of offensive weapons added in Carolina. All right, my friend, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night in New Orleans.
I'll see you in New Orleans, my friend.
Have a All right, the Doc bringing not only the injury knowledge, but the fantasy knowledge indeed. Questioning, do we take Christian McCaffrey later in the draft? I like that. All right, well, listen, one of our guests, unfortunately, was unable to make it, so I'm going to have to decide in the second segment who I'm going to put up against him. But we got JD from the Panthers Den, and I got their touchdown song queued up to bring him in.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Always like hearing that after Cam Newton scored or something in the broadcast. I always heard that in the background. Welcome, JD from the Panthers Den. Welcome to the studio, my brother.
I appreciate you guys. I normally don't even check my Twitter DMs, but this time I did, and I'm glad I did. So, Commissioner Cooper, Justin, I see you, Nick. Thank you guys for having me on.
Man, we are blessed to have you. We appreciate you checking the DMs, indeed. Look, so let's talk about the 2022 outlook for the Panthers this year. All right, so last year we know they went 5-12, dead last in the NFC South. Offense, they were 30th overall, 29th in the pass, 20th in the rush, 29th in scoring. Defensively, number 2 overall in yards against. Pretty impressive. Number 4 against the pass, 18th versus the rush, 22, however, 22nd in points scored against. So that hurt the overall average for them. Added this offseason, a lot of guards, and I mentioned earlier Donta Foreman, but they did sure up the line. They got safety Xavier Woods, linebacker Damian Wilson. So they're still improving the offense, but they did lose out on Stephon Gilmore, so he's left the team. Also lost Hassan Riddick and defensive tackle Daquan Jones as well. In the draft, again, went back to the line. I'm going to try to pronounce this name. I hope I don't screw it up. Equino, and guard K. Mays as well, and quarterback Matt Corral. So that was what I talked about earlier when we said they drafted someone. So lost a little in the defense. We talked about how good the pass defense was, but they added some other good parts as well. So my prediction for the Panthers is around the 7 to 8 win mark is what I'm looking for the Panthers. Little bit of improvement. Because again, you're still going through. We'll talk about the quarterback situation. Obviously, with Sam Darnold, could Baker Mayfield come to this team? Who's going to be the quarterback? That's the big question. But Sam Darnold started out pretty hot last year, so who knows? Maybe that'll start again. No injury. Maybe he plays well throughout the season. We'll find out. Let's hear. Who cares what I think? Let's hear the expert in the building. JD, tell me your outlook on the Panthers 2022 campaign.
It's grim, man. I need a drink. It is so grim. And I appreciate you guys playing our touchdown song because I forgot what it sounded like. I hadn't heard it in months for a stretch of time. I hadn't heard it in months. So it's going to be tough. You get better on the O-line. QB situation stays the same. So really, what's the ceiling for the offense if the QB situation and the O-line situation don't both improve? Defense got worse. One of my big pagan points, and I got crucified for it all last season, I didn't think the defense was that great. I didn't think the second overall defense, I didn't see that. You didn't get stops when you needed to. You made mistakes, couldn't plug the run lane. So couldn't keep contained. It's the simple stuff. And we got worse because we lost Hassan Reddick, who was the core of the alpha omega to Brian Burns over there. You get J.C. Horn back, but he's essentially a rookie. C.J. Henderson, I think, has been flopping, in my opinion. So it's going to be tough sledding. And hopefully this is Matt Rule's last season. I'm ready to move on.
Listen, like, JD, you ain't seen our shows, but we're all about positivity here. Like, I've been like the Mr. Rogers of every team. I mean, all right, so give me what's your win total? Tell me the win total you think.
If I had to go off what our schedule's looking like, I'm not always a positive Pete. So yeah, I ain't got that in my repertoire tonight. I've been on that ether for the last couple off seasons. You said about 7 to 8 wins for that over under 7. I'm taking the under every time. I got about the same 6 wins.
All
maybe.
right. We'll just call JD Mr. Positivity. All right, Nick, we going to you next because, we got to transition over. I got somebody who's just as always positive as you. Nick, let's go to you. Tell me what you think the outlook for the Panthers are this year.
You're just setting me up, man. I'm telling you what. I was looking at the schedule. I think you got 8 wins in it. I think you got 8. Maybe 9 if you steal one, but I don't see any more than 9 because I'm looking at your quarterback situation. You're lucky. You got Atlanta. I think you're gonna sweep Atlanta. You're not gonna win against the Bucs this year. You have a relatively tough schedule. You got some cupcakes in there. You got Detroit. So you're gonna, in my summation, you're gonna win the games that you're supposed to win. You might steal a game that you're not supposed to win. And I remember going back to my coaching days, good coaches win the games that they're supposed to. So if Matt Rule is the good coach, okay, barring catastrophic injury, and he can manage Christian McCaffrey, and he can give Chuba some more carries to spell him, you got about 8 wins in there, okay? But don't look for more than 8, 9 tops.
Like a long-standing NFL coach, Nick refers back to his coaching days.
High school, sir. I coached high school. Thank you very much.
Justin, to you, sir. Let's see. Are you Mr. Positivity on the Panthers tonight?
Hey, high school is the real deal, Nick. I thought you were going to say Pop Warner, and then I was going to really give you a round of applause.
No, they gamble way too much in Pop Warner.
Well, that just means your pockets would be lying to lose the game, right?
Yeah, me and Brian Flores.
Anyways, getting back to it, I am going to be the most positive of all you guys. I am going to tell you they are only going to win 5 games. 5 games. That's the joke. I'm going to be as positive as everybody else is. This team needs to lose, get rid of Matt Rule, like JD said, and go get themselves CJ Stroud or Bryce Young and really get a quarterback in there. Because Matt Rule has been playing around with all this stupid shit, going around getting Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold. Now they got the Ole Miss quarterback that couldn't make a read. His whole offense was set up for him. Everything has been going wrong under Matt Rule. Just move on. Just move on. Cut all ties. Let Sam Darnold go. Let all this go to the wayside and start over new. At this point, I love what they did with the offensive line. They went on, they got 2 guys that are good for the run game. It's going to balance them out. Like Commissioner Coop said, getting Foreman in there, maybe that gets them no more of an offensive, progression at the goal line, because last year Christian McCaffrey had 3 carries for -2 yards on the goal line. So that's not good at all. Not at all. So hopefully it goes better. Hopefully it's a progressive 5-12. Hopefully these guys look at it and say, all right, now we have something to build off. Matt Rule is gone. Sam Darnold's gone. All that stuff. But that's going to be it. I wish I could say more because I really like DJ Moore. I like Christian McCaffrey, but yikes. This team needs a full-blown rip or needs to just blow it up and rebuild 100%.
Like I alluded to earlier, I have been the Mr. Rogers of our summer vacation, and please won't you be my neighbor when I say this. The fact is, like, when you look at some of the teams in the NFL, some of them don't have identity. The Panthers really didn't have that last year. When I looked at the team this year, I feel like they're trying to establish some type of identity. A good defense and run heavy. That's what it looks like to me on paper. What do I know? But that's what it looks like to me. A lot of running the football and a lot of good defense. So could be some decent football for the Panthers this year. Just saying. All right, going back to our expert. You mentioned their schedule. Give me a game on there you're really pumped for, really excited, or I know you don't think it might not mean anything, but just maybe one that means something special to you.
By special, do we mean good special, or like, are we talking
however special you want to make.
Like this is the game you want to go to.
Right.
I don't want to go. I don't want to spend no money on my team. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie
Okay,
to you.
supposing your girlfriend bought you a birthday present, and the birthday present was the game, and you get to pick any game you want, home or away. Which game is it?
Which game is it? He said, "I want a refund. Let's go to Dave and Buster's."
First of all, you're right. Second of all, I'm picking the dress rehearsal preseason game because they're not about to have me in the stand stressed again, bro. I kid you not. I was at the Eagles game, and I'm that guy. Like, if you're in my section, I'm gonna talk to you, especially if you are the opponent's team's fan. I sat down Sam Darnold's last drive of the Eagles game. I knew he was throwing the pick. Why would I walk up there and get my cardio going up them tall BOA steps just to see Sam Darnold throw the game away? I'm good. I'll watch it in the AC from home. I'm good. But out of the schedule, honestly,
where'd you get this guy?
I guess the best honest guess we've had so far.
Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome.
The Rams, maybe the Rams. I guess.
Okay,
so I can see Aaron Donald knock somebody on his. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess so.
He's like, I'm here to watch Aaron Donald kill somebody.
I guess I could watch Joe Burrow come out in some lemon pepper steppers and a Cuban chain or something. I guess so. That could be cool.
Maybe he'll knock him out. Maybe he'll knock Sam Darnold out, and who knows what'll happen. Maybe that's why you're wanting to see it. Justin, what say you, sir, on the schedule? What's a game you're excited for?
I'm going to just homer this all up. I'm excited for the San Francisco game because I'm excited for the W.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, I mean, the last time that they played San Francisco, Nick Bosa ate so much. He got 4 sacks. He almost took an interception to the house. It was the end of Kyle Allen's career. I was so excited that game was played. So it was almost – that highlight reel was almost played as much as the highlight reel of him whipping the flag and putting it in Baker Mayfield's heart. So I love it. I'm sorry about this, but yeah, I'm excited about it because of the W.
All right, Nick, we got any analysis for the Panthers? This is supposed to be the Panther celebration. Give me a game for the Panthers you like, Nick.
All right. Since they don't play America's team, the game I'm excited for is when they play the world's team, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay? Because I'll tell you why. Because they're probably even this year because Pittsburgh's quarterback situation is less than good. They got a running back who is probably about equal to Christian McCaffrey. Okay? And the receivers they're on the up and coming. I think Pittsburgh's got a better defense than Carolina does, but I think it's going to be a tight game. And I think it's going to be a great game. It's a 1:00 game. It's in December. It could be maybe potential wild card for both teams. So let's look at that. But again, when the world's team comes down to Carolina, we all know that the world's team is going to win.
Nick, that's embarrassing. You're trying to rip off my thing. So anyway, I actually have something good for you. Christmas Eve. I'm all about the holidays.
Oh, Jesus.
But wait. Santa is bringing a gift home to Carolina with the Detroit Lions, a winnable game, again, late December. So as Nick alluded to earlier, could be potential playoff potential, maybe involved in that too. NFC teams could be 2 surprise teams. You just never know. We could be playing this clip back and laughing about it and being like, wow, remember we were laughing about the Lions and the Panthers? Never know, guys. Just saying. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we got Fantasy Feud Panther Edition. That's going to be real exciting. Can't wait. We'll be right back.
Hayden, we love fantasy football. We do? It's a fantastic game, yet still not perfect. Like, I hate leaving high-scoring players on my bench.
The worst, man.
In fact, hate it even more when I put injured players and they're in my starting lineup.
Can't have that.
And I need a life. The waivers, the trades, every single week, it grinds on me. So we at Underdog Fantasy want to make fantasy football easier for everyone out there. It's called Best Ball, and we set your optimal lineup for you each and every week. You can do it all year long. We have drafts going all the way from February to week 1 of the NFL season. What are you waiting for? Use our awesome early sign-up offer to get a little extra something on that first deposit and that first time you play on Underdog Fantasy.
You put 'em up, reach the skies, let the stars up above, cause it's one time for the underdog, one time for the underdog.
All righty. So I think since Justin wasn't on last night, I think that makes him feud eligible. So we're going to have Justin versus JD in Fantasy Feud tonight. So JD, since you haven't been on the show before, I don't have any fancy buzzer. I'll ask the question. All you have to do is shout out the answer. If you do get it, then you get control of the round, just like Family Feud, and you have 3 strikes, and then Justin gets a chance to steal. Sound good, my friend?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, with that in mind, time to play the feud.
Brad?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. It's going to be a long game.
I see Justin Googling like a motherfucker. We're getting ready for this Fantasy Feud. It's time to get it on. All right, first question. All right, here we go. Top 5 answers on the board. Here we go. Give me the top 5 passing TD leaders of all time.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. All right, Cam Newton is numero uno, 186. Indeed. All right, Justin, you get control of the round. Go right ahead. What else you got?
Jake Delhomme.
Jake the homie. That's what I used to call him all the time. All right, he's number 2.
My favorite underdog quarterback of all time.
He's number 2 on this list, 120. Cam, number 1 with 186.
All right, I think I really only know one other quarterback that played for the Panthers for a duration. That would be Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins. He's number 4 in this list, 47. All right, you got 3 and 5 still left.
So now here comes the long shots. I'm going to go with Kyle Allen. Yeah, a little streak in him.
Kyle Allen. Number 5 on this list with 19. So you got number 3 left.
Man, that Google search is really paying off.
I'm saying. No strikes.
What was it? What was that guy's name? Chris Wanky or something like that? Wanky? Chris Wanker?
Chris Wanky.
Chris Wanky.
He was number 9.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Vanna.
What about Teddy Bridgewater?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Number 7.
I feel like there's someone that JD knows that I'm missing here because I'm just not that deep in the culture.
You shouldn't be. There's no reason to be.
He's number 3.
He on his own squad.
I know this is wrong.
I'll tell the truth.
It's a shot in the dark. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Oh, hell no.
Number 10. Number 10.
JD, you have a chance to steal. Go right ahead, sir. Do you
And
know
they said
number
Bridgewater
3?
was better.
on this list.
The only way I know this is because I'm in a group with OGs, the 4-man rush, and they make sure I'm good on my trivia. So it's Steve Berline.
Steve Berline.
The Golden Domer.
Number 3 with number 86 on this list. All right, let's go to question number 2. Justin, it sounds like you are in trouble, as what it sounds like. Let's get top 5 answers on the board. Give me the top rushing yard leaders of all time.
Cam Newton.
D'Angelo Williams.
Cam Newton. Yeah, Cam Newton off the jump. Cam Newton was number 3 on this list. 5,031 looks like. I screwed up my writing out. Thank you. Yeah, my writing. Thank you.
I have
Cam
it up on
Newton's
this.
the top of everything.
You could just say his name for everything.
Exactly. I'm about to throw him out there for receiving yards too.
Might as
like
well.
13 yards.
All right, so you got yours in quicker than our guest, so you take control. Go right ahead.
And I know our guest had it correct too. D'Angelo Williams, the Motor City Man.
D'Angelo Williams.
Pittsburgh Steeler.
Number 2 on this list, 6,846. Who else?
I actually remember his last Memphis game. He actually exploded, and that's why he got such high draft capital. Let's see. Let's go Jonathan Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart. Numero uno on the list, 7,318. So you got 1, 2, and 3.
Man. So now this is where it gets weird. Mike Tolbert on there?
Mike Tolbert.
He is, but he's number 11.
Oh. That doesn't help, Nick. That doesn't help.
Didn't mean to be helpful.
Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis.
7, sir. 7.
Not on the rushing yard top 5. You got 2. You got number 4 and number 5. So you got 2 hands, but you got 1 strike left.
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey limps his way on the list.
I don't know why it took so long to get to that man's name.
Number 4, 3,587. So you're missing number 5 with 1 strike left.
I'll give you $1 if you get this one right. I will Venmo you $1.
I will be impressed. I will be thoroughly impressed.
Oh man!
If he gets it, I'll know he's cheating.
Yeah, probably. The good thing is you can't hear my phone click. I'm gonna pass this on. I have no clue.
It's not even gonna try.
Stop it. Get some help.
I love that.
He needs it right now. JD, do you have the answer? Excuse me, number 5 on this list.
From the best team of all time in Carolina Panthers history, Deshaun Foster.
Deshaun Foster, I guess, is nailing it.
So far, he said 2 names and won both categories.
It's not.
I'm just cleaning it up.
You would have said every other name if I didn't try.
He's like,
as my man Pookie Bear said in Starsky and Hutch, it's not how you start, but how you get to the finish. My man JD is proving it tonight. Let's go to question number 3. Top 5 answers on the board. This is always a fun one to really test your fan knowledge. Give me the top 5 opponents you have the best winning percentage against.
Steelers.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
not even close.
JD, you got to guess.
I'm gonna guess Patriots.
The New England Patriots.
Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons. We gonna be here all damn night.
As someone said, it's going to be a long game.
we got 29 more teams to go. JD, what you got?
Dolphins.
The America's team, the Miami Dolphins.
Just run them X's up, because I
don't worry. He was gonna press that X even if it was true.
Man, this is gonna take a little minute.
Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals. Ooh,
that's a good answer.
They are actually number 2, Vanna, on this list. They are 12-4 against them with a 750 average. Great job on that, sir.
Not according to my website, but okay.
Hey, JD, I'm going to need the Panthers to keep doing that stuff because I need to win that division this year.
No promises, no promises.
You got one on the list. Let's see. Can you get any of these other ones?
All right.
Oh, I see the other one.
Let's see. I'm going to say Seattle.
The Seattle Seahawks.
And we're going to say, see you later.
I'm crying.
Right. I mean, listen, you're cutting down these teams now, so there's some meat on this bone. You only got one right, and you got 1, 2, 3, and actually, I'm sorry, 1, 2, or my bad. 1, 3, 4, and 5 has 3 teams tied. I'll take any of them.
Chargers.
The San Diego Chargers.
Hey, that's
They are actually number 1 on this list. They are 6-1 against the LA Chargers, 857 winning percentage against them. So you got number 1 and number 2. What else you got?
Let's go with the team that their old homeboy Ron Rivera currently runs, the Washington Redskins, Manders, Dan Snyders, whatever you want to call them.
No,
we're calling them. No. Justin was wrong.
No, Justin was wrong again. All right, JD, you got number 3, 4, and 5 to win the game. Can you get one of those?
I'm just gonna pick the doormat of the NFL, the Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. They are on this list number 4, 7-3. You guys are against them. Colts are number 3 on this list. You're 5-2 against the Colts. And number 5, 3 teams are tied at 4-2. The Ravens, Browns, and Texans. Any one of those. They got a little something on the AFC North, apparently. That's interesting.
He said 6 words. He said 6. He said 6.
And killed it. All right, so just for fun, I'll let all 3 of you play this last round. Top 5 answers on the board. Give me the top opponents they have the worst winning or the best losing percentage against.
Miami Dolphins.
You're still trying.
To be a compliment.
True. My bad. You're right. My bad. I guess I got that complex now. My bad.
Since it's for fun, since this is for fun, one of the ones you said last time that you got wrong is the correct one on this one.
No, Nick, this is not for fun. If you lose this one, you're the dumbass of the week too.
How the hell you figure?
Oh, he's got the stats pulled up, so it'd be unfair. JD, you got a guess on this one?
Steelers. They always make us.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, they're 1-6 on this list. What else you got?
It pains me to say this. The Cowboys.
The Cowboys. Steelers were number 1 at 1-6. Cowboys are third on this list. At you guys are 3-10 against the Cowboys.
Let me go KC.
Kansas City.
They're not good against them, but they didn't make the list.
Broncos.
The Broncos.
Nice.
They are number 2. You're 1-5 against the Broncos. So you got number 4 and 5 left.
Seattle been whooping us for like the last couple of years. It was a stretch where we ain't win nothing.
As my boy says, another one. Seahawks 3-8, number 5 on this list. So all you're missing is number 4.
How many strikes I got?
2 or 1. My bad. You only got 1.
Oh man. Bills?
Buffalo Bills. JD, your fan card is securely in your pocket. You cleared that last one. You killed it tonight. Congratulations, my friend.
I think he's.
Go ahead, sir.
I think he's got the best guess percentage we've ever had.
I mean, he killed it tonight for sure.
Ever.
And we know what our loser gets. Let's just go ahead and give it to him.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass. Stupid.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You get nada, Justin. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about fantasy rankings.
Hey everyone, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. Want to give your own fantasy league that extra professional touch? Say less, we got you. TSS was based off a show that we did on our own fantasy league. Night, sorry, and now possible play hole. You're on your way. Now we want to bring that professional, fun, and creative side to your fantasy league. And you can do it for as low as $5 extra per owner.
Oh my.
I will guarantee it will increase your interactions within the league, create more fun, friendly banter, and give your league that extra real-life feel that you didn't know it needed. We look forward to interacting with you and your league soon. Don't forget TSSFantasy.com. Go visit it today. Get signed up. We are the Fantasy Show of the People.
Fantasy Show the people indeed. And hey, it's time to actually talk about fantasy. Believe it or not. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so Sam Darnold, we talked about him earlier. Last year, finished number 28 among fantasy QBs, and none 12 games, though, so missed some games. If he plays a full season, that might bring him up a little bit. Again, we talked about the offense earlier, not making a whole lot of upgrades to add weapons to him, especially even in the tight end position. I was surprised that they didn't make any upgrades there. So, quite frankly, I have him projected around the same, around the 30. Actually, I have him 33 right now because of the question marks right now. We've heard the rumors of Baker Mayfield possibly going there. We've heard Matt Corral maybe possibly taking things over at some point in the season if he starts out cold. So a lot of question marks for me around Sam Darnold to be any kind of fantasy relevant QB going into the season. Justin, what say you?
I'm actually going to put some respect on this man's name, and I'm going to put him at QB 32. But, I'm going to throw in a couple things. I have Jimmy G at QB 29, which he might be your quarterback next year. And I have Baker Mayfield at QB 40 right now with the uncertainty, but I would boost him up to 24 if he became a Panther tomorrow. As far as that whole thing goes, it's kind of a giant cluster F. I would not want to be having any of those guys on my team as far as fantasy goes. I'm skipping all of those guys. I will get my quarterback way before that because I know that is the pile that I will be stepping in if I wait till the very end. But yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold, he had a good stretch last year, but the reality of it is Matt Rule is running an uncreative offense. He might have boosted that running back room, but if he can't keep his main weapon healthy for the entire season, his quarterbacks are going to be absolutely gloom and doom.
Gloom and doom, putting some respect on the name. I don't know if that was a lot of respect, but who knows? Nick, do you got any respect for the Panthers quarterback position?
No, and I don't have any questions about Sam Darnold either. I know where he is. I have him at 33, and that's just above Kenny Pickett. I don't like Kenny Pickett. He's a Steelers quarterback. I think he's going to suck. I got Matt Corral at 35. But I would, rather than do this, I would like to hear your thoughts on Baker being your quarterback, possibly.
Yeah, all right. Let's get to JD. What's your thoughts on
we
where
don't need to talk about Sam Darnold?
Man, I'm conflicted because obviously I think Baker Mayfield is better than Sam Darnold. I think Jimmy G is better than Sam. I think Sam Darnold is the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Did you know that this man was the worst quarterback in the NFL from a clean pocket?
We did not know that.
This man is trash, bro. He's trash. Garbage. Basura. Man, like 30, anything below 32 is cool. I would, bro. He don't XFL. Get him out the NFL, bro. He's trash, bro.
Is he still seeing ghosts, JD?
He's seeing Casper, all of them. He's seeing all of them.
13 ghosts. I mean, he's got it all out. Listen,
all of them.
JD, you come back anytime you want, sir. You're awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome. And if honesty pays, JD is the richest man in the world tonight. Indeed. All right, let's get on to some possibly fantasy relevant.
Please, let's go.
Let's get to the running back position. All right, Christian McCaffrey. We all know you heard me and the doc talking about the injuries. Number 44 last year overall. So you know what? If he plays this season and he plays healthy, he could have big play potential, as Dr. Miller mentioned earlier. If he's on the field consistently, Christian McCaffrey is money when it matters in fantasy. So for that reason, I got him at 11, although I'm very cautious on where he is because I talked about it earlier. Deonta Foreman in the backfield. He was actually 49th last year on that Titan squad. That was when Derrick Henry went down. So a good serviceable running back that will take away carries from Christian McCaffrey, no doubt about it. Chuba Hubbard, is what he was, but 33 last year. He still played well, with Christian McCaffrey. So they have running backs to spell Christian, which of course means less carries, less targets for him. But if he's healthier in the long run, that can mean big things for your fantasy team, at least. Nick, your thoughts. Let's kick it to you first on Christian.
Okay. Now, full disclosure, I'm going to do PPR because that's where everyone goes pretty much. So I have him right now at number 7, and that's for his receiving stats. I think Chuba is going to cut into that because, again, we all know about the health of Christian McCaffrey. They said, look, they're going to shelve him for the preseason. So that tells me it's going to take him until at least week 3 to get fully ingrained in the offense and to get in regular season form. So I'd say look for Chuba to steal some playing time, especially down on the goal line, because as Cooper just said, they're going to bring in Foreman, and they're going to give it for Foreman over the goal line. As Cooper was talking, I tried to look up what the rankings of the offensive line for the Panthers are, and right now I'm not going to find it fast enough. Yeah, I'm not going to find it fast enough, but I think they're on the bottom. So that tells me that Darnold is not going to have enough time to run, set up, and throw. So they're going to have to throw it out little quick hitches, and that's going to give touches for McCaffrey. But again, he's going to be a late round 1 and maybe an early round 2 because of his injury history.
Yeah, as Nick is a teacher giving his students the lesson of be prepared. All right, Justin, what do you have for our running back position in Carolina?
So I'm just going to expand on Nick's points. So last year, Carolina had the 3rd most targets to the running back at 140. So obviously they're going to use whatever running back is in there, and they try and use them like Christian McCaffrey. That's why I kind of like Chuba Hubbard. I wasn't huge on Chuba Hubbard when he came in because, you're putting him in a role that's unrealistic, kind of like what Mike Davis did. You're going to have big games, but none of them can really sustain the pace that Christian McCaffrey can do. So last year, 7 games, he was on an 18.2 point per game in PPR pace, which had him at number 5. Everybody was complaining that this guy wasn't scoring the 30 points that he was doing the past years. Well, Jesus Christ, nobody was doing that. Not even Jonathan Taylor was doing that. So, of course. But that was still top 5, guys. And he was coming off injuries. So, let's be realistic here. I'm going to be realistic here. He is the 4th best running back in PPR right now. I have him at RB4. He stays healthy. He has a better line. I think he can get at least 13 games, and I think he can have at least a top 10 finish. My banking is that he'll finish around RB4, maybe a little bit higher. But, yeah, I think we got to be more realistic about this. He is still a young kid. He hasn't really had a major injury. Like, he's been having a lot of shoulder injuries, a lot of soft tissue injuries. He's not tearing his ACLs. You know what I mean? Like we still got to look at this as this is a guy who, if the offensive line is really improved with these run first guard and this run first center, he can still have a huge bounce back year this year.
JD, what say you? Yes, Nick.
I'm sorry. I just want to Carolina's offensive line is ranked 31st.
Yeah. Thank you. We all saw the hand signals, man. All right.
Yep. So, yeah. Those boys trash, man.
No respect.
Well, I could shed a little bit of light on going into a little bit more detail about that O-line. Last year, they were 29th in pass block win rate, 26th in run block win rate. So, yeah, they were garbage. So additions on the O-line this offseason, drafting Ike Ekwonu, drafting Cade Mays, getting Corbett, getting Bozeman in here is going to boost that up a little bit. When you think about Chris McCaffrey, though, and the history since he's been here, every coach, every offensive coordinator that he's ever had has said, I want to track his touches. We can limit him, use him most effectively. Rivera said it. He's out of here. He didn't even share the field with Jonathan Stewart for the first portion of his rookie year. Moving on, Joe Brady said it. Overused him, got hurt. He's out of here. Here comes Ben McAdoo, who likes to run a power offense, and I thought Christian McCaffrey can get loose in a little power offense, pull the guards, get you out in space. Those are some house calls. But if you think about it this way, if you had a Lambo and a Honda in your driveway, which one are you going to pull out?
You're going to pull the Lambo.
You going to pull out the Honda over the Lambo? And all the history has told me, look, the coaching staff is uninterested in sharing the rock. I thought Mike Davis was good when he was here. He 1,000 total yards from scrimmage, and they still didn't give him more touches. And they still didn't retain him. Donta Foreman, I love him. I thought he had a great year last year. I'm not convinced they're going to give him Christian McCaffrey snaps. Chuba Hubbard improved last year, was the leading rusher for the team. I'm not convinced they're going to give him snaps. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to get force-fed again, and then he's going to get hurt again. So that's where I'm thinking, and take a flyer on him. If you're going to draft him, make sure that you have a plan. Use this as a luxury pick. Make sure you got your quarterbacking plan. Make sure you got somebody like nobody's going to look into like some guy, and you just know him for some reason. Save that in your back pocket. Okay, I can take a flyer on Christian McCaffrey because I think this guy's going to be here round 2, round 3, and so on so forth. So I would look at it as a luxury pick.
Yeah, but are you taking a flyer at round 2 and round 3? I mean, a flyer is like 12,
the
13, 14.
The upside on the flyer, though, is worth it.
Well, according to Justin, you're taking a flyer round 1, apparently. All right, let's move on.
You get you 30 points. What's up?
All right, let's move on. We're going to go to the receivers, and we don't need much time on the tight end, so we can just talk about the receivers.
What tight ends?
Yeah, DJ Moore last year, 18th, so came on the scene, did actually really well in this offense. This year, I have him 17th. Just, again, the questions at quarterback, although, again, I talked about it with Doc, could be force-fed the ball a lot. Robbie Anderson, he was a good volume guy last year. He was 51 overall last year, so could be pretty decent this year as well. Maybe a sleeper receiver to look at. Terrence Marshall Jr. and Shi Smith are some other receivers that might be dark horses for you. All right, Justin, what say you on the receivers?
DJ Moore and everybody else can just go to the waiver wire. Just don't even look at them. Robbie Anderson gave us this weird look into what he could be, and then Matt Rule said, Joe Brady, you're fired, and everything you did with him is gone. And then you're like, oh, okay. So now he's just a deep threat with Sam Darnold. Yeah, that worked in New York, right? No. So DJ Moore, let's talk about DJ Moore real quick. He had 162 targets last year. He had an amazing 28.4% of the target share there. One thing, it was his problem. He had the most drops in the league last year. He had 11 drops. And he's used as the needle mover. He's the chain mover. He's the guy who gets the 10 yards first down type of guy. And that's what he was last year. I mean, he wasn't a red zone threat. He had 13 red zone targets, which was ranking about like 40 something. So they need to start utilizing this guy and realizing this guy is your big outside weapon. He is your guy that you're going to be targeting in this area if you're not going to have a functional tight end. And if Christian McCaffrey is going to be injured for some point of the season, you have to start getting this guy the ball, have to start figuring out some way to get him in the end zone. Last year, one stat that was surprising, he had 426 yards after the catch, which actually ranked 12th. So I'm surprised that he's not been able to break away more runs for a touchdown. But yeah, all in all, DJ Moore is your guy. Terrence Marshall, not even close. Robbie Anderson, not even close. Don't even think Tommy Tremble is somebody you want to get. You're not smart. You're not smart if you get any of those guys. You're not the smartest guy in the room.
That's what I say. We're not even going to go to the tight end. We're not even going to bother talking about it. Nick, tell us about the receivers of Carolina. Where you got them?
I have one ranked, and it's DJ Moore, and I have him at number 26. That low. And the reason for that is because your quarterback and your offensive line situation, it's not good. And that's what it's the only guy that they look at. They look at Robbie Anderson for maybe 3 or 4 targets a game, and he might get 1. And he might drop the other 3 if he even gets his hands on it. So look at the stats from last year. Justin already called them out. But McCaffrey played 7 games. He was your third leading receiver at 343 yards. So that just tells you it's DJ Moore or nobody. So again, Justin covered him. Cooper covered him. It's done. What am I going to say?
He says it's done. He's done. JD, do you got anything to add? Because Nick says it's done.
Stick a fork in him.
Where we think we got the receivers at?
There's no reason to draft a Panthers receiver. Don't do it.
Look at that.
This is the best guess we've
Not
ever
even
had.
DJ Moore. Not even DJ Moore. Why would you, if Sam
You
Darnold
get
starts the
DJ
season,
Moore.
if Sam Darnold starts the season as a starter, it's clipped. Might as well trade. Get him off the team.
Okay, just for fun.
Stash him on IR.
Just for fun.
It don't even matter.
Baker's on the team. Go.
You can take DJ. You can take DJ. I would take him. I would put him maybe around 18.
Why do you, let me just ask this. Why do you think Baker Mayfield's that good, Nick? And I personally don't think he's any upgrade. He's had, listen, when you had
he's a significant upgrade.
He's had the running game that he's had in Cleveland and had receivers like OBJ, Jarvis Landry, and he's done nothing.
Oh, I don't think he's good at all. But I think he's better than Sam Darnold, and we got to fill time. I just want to see what his thought was.
I think that's tomato, to be quite honest with
you.
All right, let's listen. We're ending it tonight. Like I said, there's no point talking about the tight end position because, like Justin said, you're just silly if you go there.
How about their kicker? How about their kicker?
He might be getting some work.
Their best offensive weapon. Their best offensive weapons are kicker.
I haven't
highest score on the team.
I haven't busted out my fantasy kicker rankings yet, so my bad on that. All right, JD, my friend, let everyone know where we can find you, subscribe to you all during the season. We want to check out your stuff. Let us know where we can find it.
Absolutely. So you can follow me at Panthers Den 4MR on Twitter. Also check out the 4-Man Rush. I'm a contributor, one of the guys there. We're big on film. We explain the whys of football. So we're really the film nerds of Panthers Twitter, and you can follow them at 4 OUR Man Rush on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube.
Go follow, subscribe. Look, and especially you're a Panthers fan, this man knows his Panther stuff. He done blowed out Justin tonight. He done brought us the truth tonight. So we appreciate you being in. Check us out tomorrow night. We're going to be in New Orleans where we're going to have the Imagination Movers on from the old Disney show. So that'll be lots of fun. They're big New Orleans fans, so you'll want to check that out. Having lots of fun on this summer tour. JD, appreciate you, my brother. And we are out.
We're on a mission. Right. That's because you have We're on a mission.